you know, with some of these toys are going.
Mm.
Some of my Marvel stuff, some of my, what are the tall ones called? The 12-inch Marvel Hasbro ones.
I didn't
Not
know they had
Legends.
I didn't know they had the 12-inch Marvel ones. That
They do. Hey Taylor, we're live. We're just talking shit. But yeah, man, because I am sick and tired of having so much shit being collected. So I'm gonna start selling off tons of my stuff. Tons of my stuff. I'm very excited. I'm in the early stages of planning. I mean, here's one thing. I don't know if I showed this off, but this is a binder of the '90s Marvel cards that I picked up.
oh, that is worth some money.
Oh yeah, it's worth a lot, and I'm going to sell them individual.
Oh
You know?
no! But if you had the
Yeah.
whole set,
No, it's not the whole set. It is not a complete set. It's very close to a complete set, but it is not a complete set.
How
It is a
far
whole
off
lot
were
of
you from
doubles.
having a complete set?
Not enough for me to make more money by buying the cards that I need.
That's a
Yeah.
shitty spot to be in.
I'm not exactly sure what the exact number is, but it's a lot higher than it needs to be for that to be something I could do. Because I've looked into that.
So basically, the complete set would cost you more money than it would to sell the impartial set.
Yes. Because a lot of the cards that I'm missing are like really rare or high dollar, like the Stan Lee gold foil. Like I have 3 of the regular Stan Lees, and they're going for between $15 and $20 each. But the gold foil one's going for like $100, dude. And that's part of the complete set. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Those cards were in style, man, back in the '90s, dude. Everybody loved those damn things.
I mean, cards in general were huge in the '90s. I mean, that's when like Magic and Pokemon were both catching on real big.
Yeah, they're making a resurgence a little bit now, in terms of sports cards and stuff, just because they're not really doing a lot of sports cards the way they used to. They've lost their luster.
I mean, baseball cards have like a good persistence to them, but they'll never be as popular as they were back in their heyday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No upper. No
look for that coming soon. I'll be hawking my wares here, or at least pointing to a store. So I'm excited about that. What else is new? Anybody else got anything new? We're going to be talking about comics here in a little while, y'all. I promise.
I told you that we're getting a pay raise at work.
Oh, boo.
Yay.
Who cares?
I'm glad for you, David. Gomer can be a piece of shit about this, but I'm glad for you.
Thank you. I saw Adam Thursday last week.
Hey,
Impossible.
What did he say?
Oh, he said
didn't
hello.
Exist anymore. He ignored me just like he does on this show.
No, he didn't
turned his nose up.
We didn't have a very long conversation, and he was more talking to Travis when I come in. So,
well, I wish he'd start coming back here and doing the show. Speaking of doing the show, let's do the show.
Let's do the show, yeah.
Doing it live.
Doing it live. We're talking about lots of new books. Yeah. Lots of new books coming out this week, man. Lots of good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Lots of stuff.
I'm excited. Greetings, geeks! Welcome back. It's another episode of This Geek in Comics, Outright Geekers Comic Book Shit Talk Show.
Shit Talk Show!
Gomer, a.k.a. David Taylor. How is it going, gentlemen?
Good.
I'm doing good.
How are you?
I am fan-freaking-tastic.
That's awesome to hear.
Let's just dive right in, fellas.
Do it.
If you see something, say something. Chat if you're out there. If you're listening to what we're saying and you want us to talk about a book, or if you just want to let us know what you're looking forward to, what you're excited about reading this week, throw a comment in there. Throw a message, chat, whatever. So yeah, if you see something, say something. We'll talk about it. These are books. We'll start at DC. Their books come out early Tuesday, technically tonight at midnight, if you're lucky. 2222. It's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Every day this week is a what is that? Reads frontwards, backwards. What is that called?
Oh, a palindrome.
Palindrome. Palindrome
No,
sounds
it-
like a place. It sounds like the place where the Palins have their base.
It's not a palindrome.
It is a palindrome. He's right.
Not quite. It's not
Like the
perfect.
terror drone.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, the 2-0 gets in there.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the 2-0, just
No,
to-
Oh
If
yeah,
you
if we were
went-
just like doing
you
like
went-
the decade and the single year, yes, that would probably work.
that would work
Thank
better.
you. Thank you. I won this round again.
On a technicality.
Anyway, okay, so Action Comics.
Action Comics, PKJ, Riccardo Federici, Superman has become a force to be reckoned with. Thanks. Welcome to the 1940s. What are they talking about? I'm not keeping up with War World at all. I'm just not. I kind of.
I haven't been keeping up with it, but it does look like pretty interesting. Like I might check it out. Like I might when it's all done, like see if it's like worth going back to look. But I gotta also say, I
Isn't it
love
Trey?
this cover.
Yeah, Julian Totino Tedesco.
Yeah, it's got a good like Norman Rockwell vibe to it. Looks really rad.
It
Yeah, I
does.
wish he would do more
The
interior work.
entirety of the Justice League trying to arm wrestle
Oh, except
Superman.
Wonder Woman. The entirety of the Justice League who can't beat Superman at arm wrestling because Wonder Woman would beat him.
I mean, Superman might be able to beat him one-on-one, but if it's like Wonder Woman and like another person who actually has super strength, yes, that would be a much more. You know.
And fucking Dick Batman kicking him right in the balls here. What an a-hole. It's cheap.
It looks a little low. It looks like a thigh.
I mean, he's already cheating with all the backup. You know, like
Yeah.
is there no depths to which he won't sink to win this arm wrestling
There's
contest?
no depth that
Hello,
Batman will
Chris.
sink to do justice.
Thank you for stopping by, Chris. We appreciate it. Good morning. Yeah, classic Batman. No shit. What a douche. Deep Target. I have not been reading this gruesome twosome, this weird combination. And I'm not going to start. Aquaman. I'm stoked for this.
They've been building up to this for a while. Yeah.
I actually read the last couple issues because it was the prelude to Aquaman. And the last issue of the new, I don't even remember the damn name of the book, Becoming Aquaman, The Becoming or whatever.
Yeah, that was it.
Jackson ends up, sort of coming into his own, and Arthur goes on shore, and there's fucking Manta, Black Manta ready to kick his ass, and they're like in a bar hanging out. So we'll see. I did not read the Black Manta miniseries, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Yeah. But it's a big Aquaman event. Get your popcorn ready. I don't know. I am excited about it, but I was like,
well, I
it's hard
mean,
for me to get others excited about it. It's
the
Aquaman.
sequel to the Aquaman movie is coming out, I think, sometime this year. So I'm sure they're trying to, get that hype train, somewhat revved up.
That'd be dope if Jackson showed up in there, man.
You never know.
I got his first appearance. They are doing the awesome blank. They keep trying to find new spins on the blank variant, not just a white. And this is cool. It kind of looks like it's underwater, like SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's like the SpongeBob cover.
I like how like you thought we wouldn't understand the concept of being underwater.
True,
so like
true.
it's like
I did sort of say that.
That show SpongeBob?
That
it takes
stuff
place in something called the ocean. Yeah.
You know that stuff that's like wet and you.
David, never do the SpongeBob noise again.
Oh, please. This is another weird book. The last issue in the Batman and Bigby, the fucking crossover between Batman and Fables. Hey, whatever floats your boat. If you're into Fables and you want to read a book with Batman in it, good for you. And here's a book worth getting. Blue and Gold #6. Jurgens and Suk are killing it on this book. It's exactly what you'd expect. It feels classic. You know what I mean? It feels classic.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same like kind of like story sensibilities you might see, but it is like fairly well updated. I like the whole social media aspect. These are characters, especially Booster, that lend themselves well to, what if these were stories that were taking place in, the social media age?
Yes. That's basically why he came to the present from the future, because he's like, if I have just regular futuristic gizmos, I'm actually a superhero. 50,000 or 100 whatever years ago.
Yeah, I mean, and Booster really was a whore for attention always, and honestly, he fits really well as someone who tries to, trend on social media.
Yeah. I really like the way they're doing that, and It's fun. Yeah, this cover is whack though. I don't know what this is. This homaging something? It feels like it kind of is. You know, see how it's all like I don't know. It feels like it's an
It kind of
homage.
looks like a John
feels
Carter
like a 70s
like cover,
it
like
feels
an old
one
like
of
science
them,
fiction. It
Duel
looks like
to
an
the
old
Death
like
70s covers.
It looks more to me like one of those like pulp magazines from like back in the
Yeah.
day, you know. But yeah, it could be like a schlocky 70s sci-fi movie too.
I'm gonna have to
Same
look
vibe.
into that. Tune in Sunday. I'll have an answer. I'll try to remember. Catwoman, not much to say here. It's just a book that is and happens. But man, this Jenny Frison cover. Come on. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Just perfect. Love that cover. Just fantastic. I'm not reading Catwoman though. Dancing with Dragons, The Scout. DC Comics Generations. I have no idea what this is. What is Generations? Was this a thing I missed?
I don't know, but that's a
I'm
Golden
not-
Age Batman there, and I guess like 90s era Steel, and that's like Sinestro back when he was still a Green Lantern, although that's more of like an in-universe thing from the past rather than an actual publication thing from the past.
Yeah,
and here's
Superman with a
Steel.
mullet.
Is that Superman from Mullet? I thought that was Superboy.
It looks more like a Superboy, yeah. I
Like
don't know,
old
it's
like
hard to
Legion of
tell.
Superheroes era Superboy.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not read this. This is a book that I could, for the life of me, I would not be able to tell you anything that's going on there. So, hey, Soul Plumber Dave.
Oh, plumbers.
Still enjoying this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad you are so limited on it.
Well, it is by the last podcast on the left, guys.
Yeah.
At least Marcus Parks is a pretty knowledgeable comic book nerd.
Well, you've been enjoying the book. That's the only reason I wanted to mention it. I'm not reading this either, DC versus Vampires, although I heard it's okay as far as how DC does horror.
I mean, it's one of those things where like it's a schlocky premise, but that doesn't mean it can't be fun.
Oh, sure.
Like, it's not something that was on my radar, but you know, I'm sure people are out there who are enjoying it.
Yeah,
let's do something that Marvel isn't doing at the moment.
Right?
Zombies.
Well, that's the thing. Jason Aaron's Avengers, he's literally doing all the fucking things. So it's like, oh, they're just stealing from Jason Aaron because he's putting every damn thing he can in his Avengers book. But I love this Matina cover. It's freaking awesome.
It's nice. It is nice.
Deceased, Hope at World's End. The Deathstroke book. I don't think this is the end of the Deathstroke book. I think this is going to continue
as an ongoing.
And roll into this Batman event that's going on. This I don't even remember the damn name of it, but seems like a really popular book. Ivan Tao. I haven't heard that name before, but he has got some style with his artwork. This reminds me of some Street Fighter shit, man.
Yeah, the Udon.
I think I said this last week about a book, but man, that is fucking cool. That is so rad. All right. I can't believe we're only in the D's. I mean, there's a lot of books dropping. Detective Comics has been wonderful. Liber Mayho. I really need to get caught up to this, man, but I just keep hearing so many good things about the Shadow of the Bat event, dude. Hardware season 1, number 4. I think any day now this is going to get picked up for a second season. It just makes sense. It might be the worst. It might be the worst of the Milestone books, but
it is the weakest of the Milestone books, which isn't to say that it's bad. Just not as good as the other two.
It's not Static. Static's freaking so fun. I did want to show off the Harley Quinn.
That is a nice
number
cover.
12 because Derek Chu's got this, and I like a good landscape cover. I like when they take cool ideas and make them cool, and that's just a rad cover. That's fun. Human Target number 5.
Human Target is probably the most anticipated DC book for me this week.
Yeah,
I probably agree with that.
Big one. Great cover here, just clean. Ben Oliver, just wonderful. This has been a fantastic book, fantastic series.
Really good.
Yeah. King Jira one shot that Scout. Mad Magazine number 24. That is DC, but Refrigerator Full of Heads. I think
I
Dave's
do like
been
this.
On this.
I'm not on this book, but I do like that cover because it kind of throws back to Walking Dead.
Yeah, it does feel a lot of Walking Dead. Yeah. Robin. Great book. Simone DeMayo's getting a cover here. I love this selfie sort of cover of him and his homeboys. This is going to start a new arc, I'm pretty sure. after they've gotten off the island. This might be Damien having sort of his own squad, with some folks. I really hope it turns into that. That would be really fun for him to lead. It's just a ragtag bunch of badasses, surprise hit for me, Robin, in the year that it's been going on. So pretty fun cover here.
Is that Talia there in the white?
Yeah, I think that's mom and dad. Yeah, that's my mom and dad. Little foreplay, probably. Task Force Z, same as DC and Vampires, just big, dumb, stupid fun. Francesco Mattina's getting the cover here, too. That is Mr. Bloom, no?
Yeah, I believe so.
Is that Mr. Bloom, or is that a Zombicide Squad? Is this a new character? Man, that's awesome. That is scary as hell. That's cool. It does look like Mr. Bloom. And Teen Titans Academy number 12. This is a pretty important book. They're going to reveal who Red X is.
Well, I mean, we've been saying all along, ever since they started showing all this Red X stuff, why are they making this now and not like 10 years ago when people might have given a shit?
It's a little late.
You are not going to give a shit who he is either.
Yeah, I mean, Red X. Oh, do you know who he is?
Oh yeah, I read the spoilers on it.
Okay, well, I don't care. I mean, if you want to tell us after the show,
I'm not going to spoil it.
After the show, you can tell us. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I mean, Red X was in like a couple of episodes of the old Teen Titans cartoon, which was a damn cool cartoon. A lot of people really enjoyed it, but that cartoon has been off the air for like 15, 20 years now, something like that.
Yeah, I get it. Because he is a character people want to know about. I'm just not sure that this was the way to do this.
Yeah, he's basically the X-23 version for
weird.
DC.
Yeah. Evolution number 4. The variant here does get the Simone DeMeo cover. Love his work. Just fantastic with the Justice League.
Yeah, it's really rad with the reflection there. Yeah.
Oh, so fun. And yeah,
I like it when they like upgraded her, like instead of just being like bracelets, being like full-fledged like bracers. I like it when they like started going with that instead.
Yeah, like gauntlets without the fists, man.
Yeah.
She really puts them to work too, slapping people with them and shit. So yeah, there's your DC books for this week. A lot, but not really a lot to talk about. It's a lot of books that I'm just not keeping up with and have no desire to.
You haven't been keeping up with Human Target, but I'm looking forward to that.
Sure.
Also looking forward to Blue and Gold.
And Aquaman. I'm going to pick that up. Moving on to everybody else. These books come out on the 23rd. That's on Wednesday. We're going to start at Image because they are at the top. Aerosmith number 2. Was not into this at all.
Yeah, I didn't like issue 1.
Did not like the first issue. It's sort of a steampunk fantasy, but with modern tones. It's okay, but just not cup of tea. Bolero number 2. This did not get to the point. Issue number 1 of this did not get to the point by the end of the book. She's dimension hopping, and you're only allowed to hop so many dimensions. It's really psychedelic sort of read. But the narrative was just lost on me, man. Maybe once all of it's out, it is only a 5-issue miniseries. Maybe once it's all out, it'll make a little bit more sense. Deadly Class number 51, a favorite.
Is this the final issue?
No. I think it's 55 where it's ending.
Okay. I know it's ending soon.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I know it's ending soon. So, yeah, amazing.
It would be all over the description if this was the final issue.
Oh, yeah. And they would be picking up on that, all over, for weeks. So
we'd be seeing like tons of variants, I'm sure.
I hope. Deadly Class really needs to get it got a show. It lost respect because that show went on FX, not on FX, on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
And then they canceled that show, and everyone was like, oh, well, fuck it. This must suck. But what they're missing is the point that this is a damn good comic. Deadly Class is so fun, dude. But Department of Truth. Oh, boy. The MK Ultra. It is Allison Sampson.
On the art and cover
on
this
the
week.
Art. So
that might be because this artwork is like very trippy, like if you were experiencing an acid trip, perhaps. Because they're talking about because they're talking about hallucinogens and MK Ultra, and that was the bread and butter for the CIA for like at least the 1950s, early 60s.
That's awesome, and that's what this book is all about conspiracy theories and where they come from, and And it's really fun, dude.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
the best thing on shelves. I have such a good time with this.
Yeah, if you're a big conspiracy nut, this is the book for you.
Yeah, and even if you're not, I think you'll still, get a lot out of it. But Girl Scouts at 4 out of 6. This is if you're into this book, this is a good book to get. Gunslinger Spawn. It wouldn't be an Image Comics Wednesday without Spawn or Kirkman. And I think we're getting a little bit of both this week. Philadelphia.
I mean, I'm sure we're going to see like 5 Walking Deads when you get to the bottom of the list here.
We'll see. And no new ones. The Ice Cream Man trade is good. Philadelphia is a fantastic book. Wow, it's getting a lot of variants for this week. That's weird.
Yeah, it's getting some variant. Yeah. They got
and a sketch, a blank sketch.
Lee.
That's weird.
Jay Lee and
nice.
Jason's regular cover, which actually looks pretty good.
Sure. Monstrous, back and in it to win it. I love this cover. It's just very simple, but all the emotion just, oh man. Knowing that what this book is about, how it's sort of this cool neo horror book, man, that works so well as a cover. That's just amazing.
She might be trapped in the demon right now.
Ooh, trapped in the demon. Nightmare. I don't think this is actually collected. I think this is an original graphic novel from Rick Remender and Kieran Dwyer. Oh no, it does collect Nightmare 125. Sorry. Let's talk about Saga. There's really nothing else to talk about. There is the Rockstar and Soft Boy, but Saga is back.
I was thinking about maybe checking out this Step by Bloody Step number 1.
I'm going to get to that. Yeah, we're going to talk about both of those. Those are huge books. But of course, Saga. We got to talk about Saga.
I appreciate that, like, coming off of that hiatus, they are like cranking these things out. That last one was just like 3 or 4 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Month after month. Yeah, they're going to go. I'm pretty sure they're headstrong up to like 80 right now. Like just ready to go on schedule for 80. St. Mercy's getting collected. And now let's talk about Step by Bloody Step. This is going to be one of the best books of the year. It's Simon Spurrier, it's Mateus Lopez, and Mateus Bergara. There are no words in the book. Okay. Completely text free. This book's amazing. It's gonna be off the chain, man. Everybody's gonna be talking about this. Everybody's gonna be talking about this book.
Looks kind of like a big O type of mech thing going on there.
It seems reminiscent to a Japanese manga I read once.
It's Iron Giant esque.
Yeah,
very much so. Yes, and we'll talk about Supermassive because I know Dave wants to. Out of the Radiant, what's the color? Radiant
Black.
Arm? Radiant Black. I couldn't remember what color it was. This is the first shared universe for superheroes at Image Comics
since Shattered Image.
A long time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Dynamo 5 was technically in the same universe as something else, but they didn't really have a crossover. This is all crossover. The characters from Radiant Black, which is basically like a
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yes, it's like Avengers meets Power Rangers, which is kind of like the same thing meets the same thing. But the first appearances of Inferno Girl Red, Rogue Sun. This book's going to be cool. If you are a fan of Radiant Black and everything that they got going on, and it's good, it's really fun. This is must read, dudes. Double size. The art looks fantastic.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. And I know you're into that shit, Dave. I know you're really into that book. I'm into it, just not as much as you. And Two Moons, which is a fantastic sort of like
Civil War
era ghost horror.
Yeah.
But very relevant though. It's got,
I kind of dropped off this book after issue 2.
Two Moons?
Yes.
I'm up to issue 7. I actually am a few issues behind. As always. I'm always behind, especially on Image. Moving to Dark Horse, Black Hammer Reborn, continuing to be, awesome. Joy Operations. This is Bendis's current indie,
which has been pretty good. I mean,
I didn't like the first issue.
I'm not a big fan of Bendis, but this has been a pretty good series. Who was it?
Is this one of those things where you have to get past like the Bendis dialogue to like get to like the enjoyable part?
The first issue, who is she talking to? Like, is she talking to herself, a robot, or some shit? I don't remember.
It's
oh well.
If you can't explain it in 5 seconds, skip it.
Yeah, dude.
It's like her future self, I think.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. Orphan and the Five Beasts. Wrapping up this series. This
has been such a good series.
James Stokey
but the thing is,
amazing.
The Orphan hasn't fought all the 5 beasts yet.
Oh, it's going to be an action-packed issue then.
Well, I guess they've got a lot of work to do in this one.
I think this is like beast number 2.
Well, there are going to be a lot of beasts in this issue.
But the artwork is fantastic in this.
Yeah, James Stokey is awesome.
If this is picking up from where they left off, they basically are in a town where one of the beasts is basically cutting pieces of his flesh off to supply his restaurant with meat, and everybody gets addicted to that.
Yeah. All right, moving on. It's gross, but man, it's cool. So yeah, that's about it. Parasomnia is an okay Cullen Bunn horror. Sin City, you can't go wrong. If you don't have this collected, and
this is one of those like if you don't already have it, you should probably get it in some way.
Yeah,
this is like the 4th edition here, so it's not like it hasn't been reprinted before.
And Snow Angels, Jeff Lemire and Jock, great book. I mean, it's Jeff Lemire. It's Jock.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that creative team.
Yeah, this was originally a Comixology Originals digital series. So now you can buy it in the trade for $20
in a physical form. Yeah,
which is nice. It's nice that they do that. I definitely wanted to mention that. IDW got some good stuff going on. G.I. Joe, of course, Sonic, Star Trek, Klingons, collecting a bunch of shit. Last Ronin reprint, Star Wars.
Which
IDW,
man, for one second I saw
amazing.
TMNT, The Last Ronin. Oh shit! But then no, it's
we
one.
We're going to get this thing done before.
That's like a D tease, man. My bad.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, honestly, I was a fool to get my hopes up. I know that's not going to come out until like the summer at the earliest.
I may legitimately pick up this reprinting here just so I can read it again.
Dude, I mean, I have the first.
David,
print.
Do you not hold on to your old issues? I mean, what the hell?
He didn't get a first print.
I didn't get a first print.
It was sold out. I luckily got it in my box. So.
That's a pity.
I mean, it's just amazing to look at the week IDW has. I mean, G.I. Joe movie coming out, Sonic movie coming out, Star Trek movie just announced, Star Wars, the biggest shit on TV right now. TMNT, The Last Ronin is probably one of the most sought after books on the secondary market, and just probably the best TMNT story ever.
And they announced
it's hard to say that, but yeah, and there's a new series. And then Transformers and Usagi. I mean, Usagi is a legendary character in comics. And Transformers is a $1 billion franchise.
I hope that the Netflix show really helps Usagi catch on, because Usagi is one of those those characters that's like a household name for like comic book readers, but not really penetrated like the broader pop culture yet.
You say that, but if you show somebody a picture of that character, they're like, I know that character, but I don't know his name. You know what I mean?
Probably,
it's like one of those. He's like on the edge.
He's like in the same like stratosphere as like the Goon or like
ElfQuest,
Savage Dragon.
Sure. Savage Dragon.
Yeah, ElfQuest is a good example. Things like every comic reader, even if they haven't read it, they know it.
Yes. Yeah, they've seen the pictures. They know.
So these are characters that are on the periphery here that we all know and love. It's just they're not.
They got to get out there,
accessible to a wider audience.
I love that word. Ruckley and Lawrence. This is going to run concurrently with the regular Transformers series. That's going to end at issue 43, or I think it's 43, and then these are going to end about the same time. War's End, which is weird. Because there's not a war yet. That the whole idea behind this Transformers run was pre-Civil War, what led to the Civil War occurring. And it's weird, dude. It's weird. I'm really glad this is ending. And post-summer, IDW Transformers and Joe is going to be amazing. And then we'll get our news about where the licenses are going. But for right now, shit, it's not great. They got the DC here just because I'm signed into my pull box, and you can still order through Diamond, but we're going to skip past all the DC stuff and get to the Marvel House of Ideas. ASM number 90, another book that we are just counting down, waiting until it's over.
Yeah, so I mean, just move on to the new era. I mean, if I was trying my hardest to get all these issues, they're out every week, and I'm missing a lot. Like, even if I'm trying, I can't find them on the shelves.
I have it on my pull list, and I didn't get it last week.
Jeez, how's that happen? It's messed up. Let's definitely talk about Black Widow. There's a cover here that I wanted to show off. This is reminiscent. I should really look this up too. This reminds me of a Punisher War Journal cover from the 80s where he's like in Vietnam, with the gun out the water.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an homage of that, but that's a rad cover, dude.
Also rad here, return of Elena Casagrande doing the interiors.
Man. You read my fucking mind. There's the Casagrande cover, which is awesome. Just motion. Elena Casagrande can't draw nothing standing still. Even when people are standing still, they're moving on the page. It's just amazing to me how good she is.
A lot of kinetic energy there.
This book is good all the time. It's great when Casagrande is on.
Yeah, Casagrande and Bruno Redondo, they are like the masters of like the montage, like give us like the whole thing like spread out across the page. Their action scenes are always just amazing.
Yeah. And I love this. See the motion of the sequential art, her getting into the vent. Oh man, I just love that, dude. I love that. Kelly Thompson ain't no slouch either. I mean, she's telling a damn cool story. But the reason to buy that book is Casagrande.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the most underrated books Marvel's got coming out right now.
Oh, 100% agree. This might be the most underrated book.
Yeah.
Because she's such a well-known character now. Everybody knows who this character is. This should be a top, 50 book every month it comes out. And it's not. It's not. Moving on, Captain Marvel number 36. This is the end of the last of the Marvels. It's going to be a big, kibosh of Avengers and Marvels and villains and things like that. Another Kelly Thompson book, FYI. She got 2 coming out. Oh, a spoiler variant. Nice. Nice. Carnage Forever. We should probably talk about this. It's Philip Kennedy Johnson and
this is Salazar. Philip Kennedy Johnson's a good writer. This is a good fit for him, I think. This is a character that I think everyone on the panel here doesn't particularly care about.
No, but that's the thing. I don't mind him at all. I just don't give a shit.
Like,
he's just another symbiote to me.
Yeah, I feel like the symbiotes are kind of played out for me.
They are played out, dude.
But that being said, they definitely have their fans, and if you're a Carnage fan, this is a good writer, a good fit for the character. So I'm sure it'll be pretty good.
Is that a new power? Carnage can just leak through the.
Man, Carnage can do whatever the fuck they want him to do.
No shit. I think honestly, the biggest book for me over at Marvel this week is Dark Ages, number 5, penultimate issue. I'm really anxious to see.
I guess that's sweet Tom Taylor fix,
Yeah.
Oh, I love that Momoko cover.
Oh man, I've got to get my hands on this cover. I have to have.
I love the way she draws her claws. Like they're a lot longer here than they normally get depicted.
Oh, that's just wonderful. We'll look at the preview for this because the regular cover is cool too. You're right. Deadpool taking on Norman Osborn, Carnage Venom duo. Is that going to happen in the book?
How?
I hope so, because that is awesome.
They hate each other.
This is alternate universe. They can do whatever the hell they want to in alternate universes.
Yeah.
All bets are off. Just, hey, is this a cool idea? Yes.
Maybe.
Does it work? Yeah. Does it work with the characterizations? Who cares? It's an alternate universe, so just go for it.
Ivan Coella. Oh, spoiler alert! If you missed the last issue, Nick Fury dies. But they have the funeral for him. Oh man, that's great. That's great. Devil Dinosaur just hanging out. Man, I'm stoked. Oh, all the action now going on with the Purple Man and the.
It's cool seeing Tom Taylor getting to write Honey Badger again.
Sure.
Or whatever it is she's calling herself.
Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually got mad the last time someone called her Honey Badger.
But he's the one who created the character, so kind of a pet character of his.
And also good because he will likely never get to write her again.
True. I mean, he's
exclusive
over on
to
the
DC.
He's over at the distinguished competition now.
They ain't never gonna let him go. Not
if they're smart, they shouldn't. Yeah.
If he keeps doing what he's doing, yeah, for sure.
They need to pay the man when they need to pay him.
Yeah. Oh man. Devil's Reign.
These are reprints.
And another thing on Tom Taylor going to DC, even if he does play out his contract at DC, why the hell would he go back to Marvel? He could get a Substack deal. He could do his own stuff. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. The dude's just amazing. Again, Devil's Reign getting reprinted.
Although those are nice reprint covers.
Oh, they are. It's like the black and white, covers.
I mean, if you're gonna do a reprint, you should at least do some rad variants,
Exactly. If you want it to sell,
have a little fun,
for sure. I like how they do on the second print. Sometimes they do a spoiler variant on the reprint. Because a lot.
If it's been like 2 months, then that's fine.
The Civil War issue where Peter Parker takes his mask off, the second print for that actually goes more than the first print because it's him taking his mask off on the cover. Just saying. Devil's Reign Villains for Hire #2. Not my. I haven't been enjoying any of these tie-ins for this event except Elektra and X-Men. And I think those are both written by Chip.
I mean, that's usually how you want to. I don't know if it's the X-Men one. Yeah, I think that's Gary Duggan. But
yeah,
I mean, that's usually the way to go. Is like pick up the tie-ins if they're being written by the guy who's writing the main event.
Yeah.
Or, at least if they're being written by a writer you trust, like your Gary Duggans of the world.
Yeah. Not that Clay McLeod Chaplin is a slouch. These Manuel Garcia, pages look fucking amazing too. But yeah, I'm just not interested. Elektra Black, White, and Blood. Let's see who we get this week. This is a great cover. I love when they use the negative space. But it's Al Ewing and others. Their preview. Get to look at this title page.
Yeah, definitely.
Peter David and Greg Land teaming up. That's fun. And then Al Ewing and Greg Smallwood doing the writing, art, and colors that might be worth picking up.
That's a cool set of writers they got there. I mean, Greg Smallwood's pretty awesome too.
Rod Rice, he's the dude who's been doing New Mutants. Oh, look at that.
That's nice.
That's Greg Land. You can tell a Greg Land piece when it's Greg Land.
It's photorealistic.
It is.
That's a way of putting it. But no, I mean, it is it's good looking tracing, to be fair,
Dude, he's the best tracer in the business. Okay. I've never
what
been
happened
the best.
To that one?
I've never been the best anything of anything. So if I was the best tracer, yeah, I would definitely brag and take that compliment. I do like this John Boy Myers cover as well. That's very fun. I'd like it better in black and white, to be honest. Maybe there'll be a variant.
It might as well be on theme, yeah.
Sure. Ghost Rider #1, getting a relaunch. Ben Percy's writing it. So
okay.
That's good. Corey Smith's doing the art. Let's go ahead and take a look at the preview here. It's basically him just waking up. I mean, the art looks great, It's him having a psychoanalysis thing. He gets hit in the head and, showing off that other stuff that happened to him. And then he wakes up. Look at that. That's great. That's good stuff.
That's
Chains and Skulls, man. Take me back to the 90s. But yeah, I mean, it's Spirit of Vengeance. I don't know what else to say. It's fucking Ghost Rider. It's hard to go wrong. A lot of cool variants. This is the ex-Gwen with Emma Frost. I really like this one. I think this is actually
that's pretty cool.
I ordered. Yeah, I think this is the one I ordered from the shop. I love that. If anybody from the shop is in there, please try to get me this cover. I really like it.
I like how you can see the flames behind the blinds a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they really did their work on that.
It's kind of like reminiscent of that glow in the dark cover from the 90s.
That it is. There was one kind of like that. We do get a Momoko cover. It is not Johnny, even though
It's
this
Reyes.
is Johnny Blaze's book. It's Robbie. I'm okay with that. Robbie's actually my favorite Ghost Rider. I think he's just the shit. I think it's cool that he's got a car. I think having different vehicles and shit has always been Ghost Rider's thing.
I mean, that's half the fun whenever you see a new Ghost Rider is what is this one riding? I mean, that 1 million BC Ghost Rider rides a mammoth. That's fun. That's cool. Mammoth. And like a cowboy with like a skull horse or whatever. That's cool.
They had one riding a ghost spider.
There'll be a Ghost Rider riding a Segway here soon.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that actually would be kind of, if they were doing it as a goof, that would be kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's half the fun if they're going to like bring out a new Ghost Rider. Okay, what's this one drive? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we do get a Nauk head cover. Now, we have talked a lot of shit on these headshot variants. This one kind of works for me.
Okay, this one works better than most because at least there's a lot going on with like Ghost Rider's skull, you know?
And you don't really have a neck.
You don't really have a neck. Yeah,
that's fair.
It's always engulfed in flames.
That's always the biggest problem for me is the lack of a neck. And if the character doesn't really have a neck in the first place, I guess that's not a problem, you know?
In the 90s, Ghost Rider wore that damn jacket up so high, the collar up so high, you could barely see his neck at all. So, yeah, that's my Ghost Rider right there. They're asking $6 for that thing. They do have a Stegman wrap cover, which is nice. And man, this is the one I was pondering asking for at the shop if they get it. Because, dude, he's riding a scooter.
Oh man, he's on a Razor scooter. He's
on a Razor scooter.
That's great. That is actually pretty great.
Kid Ghost Rider.
I'm glad that it's what you can count on Scotty Young, not just doing his like characteristic style. He also, knows how to have fun with it.
Yeah, man, if this book wasn't double priced at $6, I would get both of those covers, but I can't swing it. Not this week. Hulk number 2 getting a second printing. Long time. Hulk number 4 is already out. That's weird to me. Iron Man 17. That's a Alex Ross cover. Always nice to see an Alex Ross cover.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a welcome sight.
Yeah. Gwen is Banshee, ex-Gwen cover. And Black History Month, it's a Riri cover. That's nice. What else we got? Got Miles Morales, number 35. The ex-Gwen there is actually Betsy, which is fun. Captain Britain. Which, I mean, it's kind of weird. But all those X-Gwen covers are kind of fun.
Would we really count Captain Britain as an X-Man, honestly?
Is she a mutant?
I mean, there's definitely like, some crossover that Venn diagram, but I honestly don't think I'd consider Captain Britain an X-Man.
I mean, she's a mutant, and if all the mutants are X-Men at one point, it's like Avenger. I was an Avenger once upon a time.
Fair enough.
They had this weird contest.
I had a card.
Yeah. Phoenix is ending. A pretty fun cover here. Man, I wish Jeffrey Vareggi wasn't sick, man, because he would have been doing some awesome covers for this. But yeah, that's a cool cover, dude. Why Phoenix?
That looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Why Phoenix needs a gun? I'll have no idea.
I mean, I guess that's a little silly. I mean, why does Phoenix need like any weapon at all? Yeah,
there is a Phoenix. There is a Phoenix gun.
Of course, there is.
But, yeah.
What was that thing in Jason Aaron's book a few months ago? It was like a Cancerverse gun or some shit.
Yeah, there was a Cancerverse gun. That was actually really cool. I thought that was fucking cool. All right. Anyway, that's been kind of a disappointment for me. The Phoenix song, Echo. It's been kind of a disappointment.
I wanted to like it a lot more than I did with that first issue. Yeah.
Shang-Chi keeps on going. Silk, same thing. Silver Surfer Rebirth. Ron Lim doing the old school sort of shit. Strange Academy number 16. This is a fan favorite. Second printings for Thor and Timeless and Venom a couple of times. Way of X is collected. The original What If books from back in the day are continuing to get collected. This is volume 2. This
What
is
if
great
Wolverine
get,
killed
man.
Hulk? Yeah.
Yeah, great get here, man. And then my pick of the week from Marvel, even though they got all that shit, X-Deaths of Wolverine. I've been enjoying this event so much. Wolverine family on the cover here. Loving that.
Yeah, well, not really a Wolverine book at all, but rather a Moira book. And, it's not a bad thing. She's been a lot of fun to follow.
Well, you say that. There's literally 4 Wolverines on the fucking cover of this book, and the title has Wolverine in it. But
are they actually going to be in the book, though? Because so far, you can't always count on the cover telling you what you're actually going to see in these books.
What I'm thinking is they know that this Terminator Wolverine is on the island, and they're going to send the best things, the best weapons to take down a weapon is
another Wolverine.
3 weapons. Yeah. Take down Weapon X with 3 other Weapon X's.
Wolverine, we were talking about this last time, but yeah, Wolverine is like this antagonistic force that's like hunting you down. That is scary as shit, because like he's fucking unstoppable.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like one of the biggest tropes, man. Back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Enemy of the State. I love those runs, dude, of him. And they're just classic now. And this has a lot of throwback to that too, I think. Very fun. Man, that is great. Federico Vicentini is killing this art in this book. Look at Gabby. Oh, she looks so awesome. Yeah, I'm just overjoyed to have this book coming out right now. It's so much fun. Spoiler variant, a throwback variant. It looked like a Romita. No, it's Bagley. Mark Bagley doing the World War I throwback variant. That's cool. Is that 1? Yeah, it's World War I.
I think it's 1, yeah.
Yeah. And where else? This is the Christian Ward doing the techno-organic virus version of Wolverine. That is Terminator on the Krakoa. And the lower claws, dude. He does such a good job on those lower claws. It looks like Warlock. It looks like something you see shaped, flying off a Warlock. Oh, so good.
Normally
This is the variant I want.
Normally I would look at this and be like, man, that is some ugly piss yellow. But it works really well on this cover.
It is ugly piss
He totally sells it.
But yeah. They're huge week from Marvel this week, man. Huge. Moving on, Barbarella continues. I'm sorry. This has been a fantastic book. I know Barbarella is mostly known for its cheesecake. The writing is solid by Sarah Hoyt, but Madabek Musabekov, again, mark my words. This dude is going to be at the big 2. I'm telling you, probably by the end of this sentence. He is so good on this book, man. They don't have really all that much else coming out.
It's pretty light.
Next week they have a couple of nice new releases, so we'll talk about those next week. Boom Studios, the only book I really want to talk about over here, Berserker's going on, of course. But David Booher, love this guy. He does Kanto over at IDW. He just picked up another book. What was it? Some adaptation of something. I don't know. Anyway, he's doing the all-new Firefly book. It's like the children of the original crew, at least some of them, are doing their own thing. Captain Kaylee leads the crew now. And yeah, man. Jane's family. Yeah, that is interesting, dude. I mean, I find it interesting.
Because if it was just, the regular Firefly, it's been done to death.
It has,
they're done.
Honestly, with all the comics and the adaptations they've done, there's really no more stories to tell about the original Firefly crew. So yeah, this is a good way to, tell more stories in that universe. Let's get some fresh blood on that.
Yep. And Booher's a fan, and he's a great writer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Berserker, of course.
Berserker number 7, definitely going to pick it up.
Yep. If you can find the hard to find variants for this, you are making your money back. Trust me.
Yeah. But House of Slaughter number 5 is also coming out this week.
Same thing on this. If you can find the variants for this, you're doing a great job. Killer Affairs of State.
This one interests me.
I'm not too sure about this. I'm not sure.
This does interest me though, so I may pick this up myself.
This is the return of a series. I've never heard of this series. So yeah, it's also going to be a Netflix show by David fucking Fincher. What? How have I not heard about this? So yeah, it is Archaea. It is leaning more towards adults. Stuff, adult themes and things like that. It's not an all ages book. So, I'm definitely going to read it, but I'm not too sure about it. And then, PR Universe, PRU, man, there was a Power Rangers book. This has got another variant on it where it's just the Yellow Ranger with yellow in the background. So it's like the negative space. Oh, it was really cool. Really cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
All right, and everything else. And I'm glad you're here, Dave.
Yeah.
Do you have anything here?
Well, we don't get into anything right off the bat. The books that interest me this week are a little further down in the list.
Yeah, Distorted #1 looks okay. It's a Scout comic.
I'm not probably going to pick that up. It's not piquing my interest.
Yeah, it looks like some, suburban horror or urban horror sort of thing. So, Emo Girl, I'm not sure about that either. It looks like a noir adventure. Well, we'll see.
There's a lot of stuff coming out from like AWA. There's a lot of second issues of stuff coming out.
Yeah. Gun Honey, the 3rd issue of Gun Honey is getting reprinted. So, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, the first book,
Harbinger, whatever, Harbanger.
The first book that kind of piques my interest in the small press, small publishers is Heavy Metal Drummer. If I can get a copy of that.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to get. Behemoths. It's going to be low print runs and even smaller ordering.
If I can get that, definitely.
That looks cool.
The first one that kind of piques my interest.
Oh, hold on. Let's look at the. See if we can look at the. Yeah. There's a nice preview. Some nice comic book in here. Nice. Punk as hell. All right.
The next book.
Some nice psychedelic variants for that too. That's cool.
Yeah, there's some pretty crazy variant covers there. I'd just be happy if I can get one. Is In His Own Image.
All right.
This is a Source Point Press.
Nice. They got some good books coming out of there.
Gabrielle Giovanni. New technologies give way to violence and all that kind of fun stuff. So I guess it's kind of going to be like, maybe some kind of like virtual.
Feels like a Blade Runner.
Kinda.
Yeah, feels like a Blade Runner. And that's not a bash,
No, it's not, because there is a Blade Runner. I definitely my interest is kind of piqued by this Scout Comics King Jira one-shot just because it's kaiju.
Yeah, just because it's kaiju. I'm not sure about the art in this book. Marco Fantinelli does have like a real,
interesting style.
Yeah, it's more of a it's not my favorite style.
But like I said, it is. I don't know if I will pick it up, but it is piqued my interest because it's kaiju. It's kaiju spoof.
Yeah, the shop's more likely to have this than that other damn book, that Behemoth book you're looking to look for.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Let's see. The next one that I was interested in is a little further down. There's Out #5, which is from AWA, which is that World War II concentration
vampire.
Hey guys, I actually need to bounce here real quick.
All right. Awesome, T. See you next week, buddy.
Have a good one, guys.
Right.
You too, man.
Take care.
Yeah, this is like a World War II Nazi soldier tries to use a vampire to turn the tide of the war at the end of the war.
Yeah, and the only person that can communicate with it is a POW Native American
wind talker.
Yeah, a wind talker essentially, who can communicate with the creature, and the creature just doesn't want to cooperate with the Nazis.
Yeah. It's been a cool book.
It's a very niche book.
Yeah, actually, Eli turned me on to that. He said I should check it out. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
The next book is Quad #2.
Yeah, I didn't like the first issue.
I thought it was all right. Radio Apocalypse #2 is also another book.
This looks cool. This looks cool.
That I'm interested in, and we're already in the R's, so there isn't that many left.
Redshift is always fun. This is the penultimate issue. It's basically an adventure story in Mars. It's kind of like John Carter. It's got a lot of John Carter going on.
Yeah, colonization of Mars and all that. There's Telepaths #6.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see how this is going to end. That last issue ended very well, so I'm anxious to see where this is going to go. It feels like Straczynski's just going to leave us hanging and say, nope, this is the new status quo. Bye. Because I'm not really sure where it can go. It doesn't feel like it's going to actually end. So we'll probably end up getting a second volume of that.
And then the biggest book of interest in the independents is We Ride Titans #2.
Oh, man. So stoked for this. I am looking forward to
family
drama meets kaiju, man.
Yeah.
It's basically
what if Pacific Rim was a family business?
What if Pacific Rim was a family business? That's perfect. Yeah, really pleasantly surprised by that first issue, the pacing,
great storytelling in this book. It was I did not anticipate world building this book. Yes, I did not anticipate this book to be as awesome as it is. And a good it's been a good year for kaiju books.
It really has. The writer in this book, Rewrite Titans, he did just an amazing job of making me like all of the characters, or maybe not like, making them all interesting, making them all compelling. I want to know more.
Giving them a reason to be more interested in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got
hard to do. Two of the characters I hadn't even fucking met yet. And I was like, oh, I gotta get into that. Yeah, so there you go. It's a good week, man. A lot of Marvel though. A lot of fucking Marvel.
It's a good mix for me. There's not a whole lot of Marvel books. I may actually pick up the Ghost Rider #1 if I can get my hands on Amazing Spider-Man. I am definitely interested in Step by Bloody Step.
It looks all right. It does look all right.
So, but the only DC book that I'm really looking forward to is the Human Target book.
Yeah. I mean, Blue and Gold is solid. I'm picking it up. Robin is always solid. I'm picking it up. But yeah, there's nothing there that I'm really. Aquaman. Yeah. Aquaman looks awesome.
I'm not following
Aquaman event.
I'm not following Aquaman, so it's not of any interest to me.
Dark Ages, penultimate issue. But yeah, fucking Ghost Rider, dude. Ghost Rider is so awesome. So excited. And X Death of Wolverine. Just so many books, dude. So many books this week. But yeah, that's our show. Thanks everybody for listening. If you listen this long, check us out, outrightgeekery.com. All of our links are there to everything that we've got going on. Some of the stuff we've got going on is the Comic Book Bullies. It's a show that's also on these channels. They did a show last night. I still haven't listened to last week's show. I've been so fucking busy. I'm a little bit behind. I am way behind. But check out Eli and Leroy. They're having a great time, every week over there. You can also go to the aforementioned outrightgeekery.com. Check out all the other links. We got a Patreon, just a tip. We got merch. If that's what you're into. Links to the audio show, everything we got going on. Come back next week, Sunday night, where we do our weekly news and review show. We'll be talking about all of these books that, the good ones that we just talked about, as well as talking about comic book news and shit
maybe
like
something that surprises us.
And maybe something that surprises us.
Never know.
You never know. So yeah, again, just keep coming back. Thanks everybody for hanging out. But most of all, thanks to this Joker for hanging out with this Joker.
Always a pleasure.
We're going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Sucks Taylor had to bone. Kind of a bummer. It happens.